This is Coast TV, First Alert Meteorologist Chris Mastrobuono with this latest edition of Weather 101. In this week's series, we are discussing, well, the Saffir-Simpson Scale. That is the scale that measures the wind intensity of a hurricane. Thought it'd be good to talk about this as we are in the midst of hurricane season with the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season beginning last week. And we are talking about, well, the wind speeds. And those go from Category 1, which begin at 74 miles an hour, all the way up to a catastrophic Category 5 hurricane. Now, when we look at those wind speeds for a minimal Category 1 hurricane, they begin at 74 miles an hour, go all the way up to 95 miles an hour. Now, this could cause likely several power outages along the coastline, shingles, wind damage to your home, as well as large branches and trees will likely be down in and around the coast. Now, keep in mind, when we look back at history, Hurricane Sandy hit as a Category 1 hurricane along the New Jersey coast, but the storm surge produced anywhere between 9 to 14 feet. So that particular hurricane had more of a storm surge we see with a Category 3, minimal Category 4 hurricane. So that's important to keep in mind that all hurricanes are not like the other. They all have their own unique characteristics. Some hurricanes, the wind speeds are more compact. The hurricane force winds don't go that far out from the center, while some are very wide. They have tropical storm force winds that stretch maybe 200-300 miles out, and then the hurricane force winds might stretch 30 to 50 miles out from the center. So that's why it's very important to keep a close eye on the forecasts leading up to an impending landfalling hurricane. As we take a look at a Category 2 hurricane, those winds are anywhere between 96 to 110 miles an hour, and we could be dealing with storm surge anywhere between 5 to 8 feet. Now, this will likely cause power outages for several days where those strongest winds come on shore. Numerous downed trees, causing, obviously roads will be closed in the event of a Category 2 hurricane, and a lot of damage at the coast. Now, as we go into Category 3, this is when we begin to get into our major hurricane threshold. This is winds anywhere between 111 to 130 miles an hour sustained. Winds could gust upwards 140, 150 miles an hour, and this will likely cause weeks-long power outages in and around the coast, major damage to homes, as well as extensive damage to trees, cars uprooted, cars uplifted, as well as pretty much wiping any tree and shrubbery away from homes in and around the coast. Now, then as we get into the more extreme hurricanes, Category 4, these are winds anywhere between 131 to 155 miles an hour. Power outages could last for not only weeks, but even months, where that eye wall, that's where we typically see the strongest max winds are right around that eye wall, that upper right eye wall as it comes ashore. That is where we see our max wind gusts, power outages lasting for months, significant damage to homes, pretty much wiping them out, as well as that wind pushing that water along the coast, in addition to catastrophic storm surge, which could go to 13 to 18 feet. And that, again, is all dependent upon the intensity and exact track of that hurricane as it pushes onshore. Then we get into that rare Category 5 hurricane. That's where we get those 155 mile an hour or more sustained winds. Gusts could be anywhere between 200 to 220 miles an hour as the pressure of that storm continues to crash. And again, the storm surge could be anywhere between 18 foot and higher. We've seen Category 5 hurricanes out at sea over the past couple seasons, but they were very rare to get those Category 5 hurricanes making landfall. Most recent one would be, we have had Hurricane Michael, even Hurricane Katrina was at one point a Category 4, Category 5 hurricane, but made landfall as a Category 3, but it produced a catastrophic storm surge, upwards of 25 to 28 feet with that particular hurricane. That's why it's important to, yes, look at the wind speeds, but keep in mind every hurricane has its unique signature, whether it be the storm surge, flooding rains, whether it be the wind damage. So that is important to keep in mind as a hurricane is formed. Keep in mind, keep a close attention to that weather forecast as we continue here with hurricane season. As we make our way into the summer, we'll see how this hurricane season develops. It's been a bit of a slow start. We've had a lot of Saharan dust that's made its way over from Africa and it's pushed over the Caribbean and much of the Atlantic that has kind of suppressed anything from forming at the moment. But as we get deeper in the season, we'll begin to see those tropical storms and eventually hurricanes develop. So we'll keep you posted when they do. We'll see you for Coast TV News at 6 and 11, and we'll see you throughout the week.